What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. Tonight in the BrewLab, I got something a little special. I know. I promised I would start looking at more meta decks, but I just still felt like playing a little bit more jank before the real serious, mythic climate recommences. So I thought I'd just do of the decks that I've brewed up that I feel like are really very unique and my own, and I haven't really copied from anybody else, was one that I did sitting on like a good few weeks back now, which was called West Side Vampires, and that was freaking fun, and like I still get really fun, satisfying, intricate wins with it, even on the ladder to this day. But the problem with it was a little bit slow and a little bit top heavy, so I found myself like not quite getting the combo off because the cards that were required were turn 5, turn 6. So my focus on this version is to try and go a bit lower to the ground and try and make these things happen quicker, and also focus on ways of reanimating and saving the vampires that we have on the field, so that they can keep doing their thing, because there's so much good removal in standard right now. So Vampire Talismans version 1.5. It's like a little bit, it's not quite a version 2 yet. I think there's still some refining to be done, and I hope to do that during tonight's stream. And by the time we get to the end of the video, I think I'll have played a good like 6 more games with the deck, and I'll feel a little bit more comfortable about making those final adjustments. It's really just about the number of cards and things. But okay, so average mana value 2.3. So as you can see, it's much lower curve. 18 creatures, 21 non-creatures, and 21 lands. But we do have 2 Agadeem's Awakenings, so that's actually 23 lands. So I feel like it's pretty good. What is the whole point of the deck? Okay, it's all about the synergy that you get between life linkers. Okay, we've got Valentin, we've got Nullpriest of Oblivion, and the Blood Researcher and the Blight-Priest. All of these things have triggers that have to do with when you gain life, okay? As well as, of course, Lizette, which is the other side of Valentin. So, Reaper's Talisman is the kind of crux of the whole thing. We need to get this down on turn 1 and equip it to one of these guys by turn 2. That's really quite essential. Turn 3. And the nice play that I've been doing is something along these lines, okay? Reaper's Talisman, first of all, let me read Reaper's Talisman. Reaper's Talisman is a 1 black mana artifact equipment that whenever equipped creature attacks, it gains death touch until end of turn. That just happens anyway. But if it attacks alone, the defending player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So if this is attached to, for example, Blood Researcher, which also has Menace, by the way, and it attacks alone, not only so Blood Researcher says that whenever you gain life, you put a +1/+1 counter on Blood Researcher. So if you attack alone with Reaper's Talisman equipped to the Blood Researcher, the opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. When you gain the life, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it swings in with Death Touch and Menace. So it continuously grows while attacking by itself. But you don't have to attack every time alone with a creature with Reaper's Talisman. There's many other ways to grow the Blood Researcher. Like I said, the lifelink on Valentin, which also has Menace. The lifelink on the Nullpriest of Oblivion, which also has Menace. So there's 3 menaces in the deck, which is pretty damn cool. What other ways have we got of gaining life in the deck? Fortifying Draught. Fortifying Draught. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. It's a 1 mana instant from Strixhaven. This is another sweet one, okay? So the pattern is this, like I've already described. You attack with a Reaper Talisman equipped Blood Researcher. Bing bing! Alone. You get 2 life. Then, while the opponent is either declaring blockers or not, you cast Fortifying Draught on the Blood Researcher. Fortifying Draught says that first of all you gain 2 life. Bing! Gain 2 life. So that again triggers the Blood Researcher. You put another +1/+1 counter on it. But then you gain that creature gets +X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. So because you already gained 2 from the Reaper's Talisman, and you get another 2 from Fortifying Draught, that ends up being +4/+4 on a creature that already got another +2/+2 counters on it that turn from the 2 life gain triggers. Suddenly it's like the 6/6 Menace Death Touch thing attacking in. It's pretty cool. If you've at the same time also got Marauding Blight-Priest in play, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So you start to see all of these little bing 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 triggers going off during a single attack step. You can get the opponent down really quickly, really fast on like turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. They're like getting really low. The problem is at that point we start to run into blood on the snows and shattered doom scars, that sort of stuff. So for that reason we're running a lot of ways of making sure that the key cards stay on the battlefield. We have 3 copies of Feign Death. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Cool. Instant speed, 1 mana. Nice cheap little combat trick. Then, if it's being targeted, your creature, let's say by a red spell that has a damage limit, let's say it's a Roiling Thunder or whatever it's called, does 3 damage, or a Shock or a Frostbite for 3, because your Blood Researcher might only have either 2 or 3 strength, and you don't have toughness, and you might not have a Feign Death in hand. A Fortifying Draught can be really good in that sense, because you can quickly cast it on your Blood Researcher. It gets a +1/+1 counter on it because of the gain life trigger, but then it also grows to a 4/4/5/5, which brings it out of the range of the kill with something like Frostbite, for example. Then other ways of bringing things back. Nullpriest of Oblivion can be kicked for 6. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, you return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So in one kicked spell after a sweeper, you now have again 2 threats on the battlefield the following turn, which is phenomenal. Next up, in the Reanimator category, we've got a couple of copies of Drana the Last Bloodchief, which is also a vampire, and such a sweet card, which I've been dying to play with more often, but just never quite saw enough play because it takes too long. Gotta get it down. It's for 5 mana, it's only a 4/4, they remove it, does nothing, doesn't have haste, blah blah. But in this deck, there's only a couple copies, and in the previous game that I just won before I hit record, it was just so sweet. You can equip the Reaper's Talisman to her, and it's a flyer. You keep attacking, and then you keep bringing back your non-legendaries from the graveyard to the battlefield, which is every creature in the deck except for Valentin. Pretty cool. Then we've also got a couple copies of Agadeem's Awakening, which is great because we've got creatures at every point on the curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can cast Agadeem's Awakening for 8, you can bring back a Valentin, a Nullpriest, a Blood Researcher, or Marauding Blight-Priest and Drana all in one go, which is really cool. And it doubles as a land as it's an MDFC, so bringing our mana, like I said earlier, up to 23. I think it's a pretty key card in this deck. What else? That's about it, really. Then we've just got some pretty good removal. It is a tribal deck where everything's a vampire, except sometimes you have Lizette down on instead of the Dean. but still, Crippling Fear, you just declare vampires. It's a crappy-ish sweeper, but sometimes it saves us against the mono white decks mostly. Little wiener decks, that sort of stuff. Mono green sometimes when they've only just managed to get like maybe 1 or 2 little wolf counters from their rangers class, that kind of stuff. Crippling Fear can be quite a nice sweeper, especially in a tribal deck. That's what I'm only running a 3 of. And then Mortality Spear, cost reduced to 2 if you gain life this turn. Obvious inclusion, instant speed, destroy any non-land permanent. You know, you've got so many lifelink, gain life with the Talisman, lifelink. There's plenty of ways where this will end up costing you only 2 instead of 4 to cast, and 2 mana instant speed to get rid of anything except for a land is great. So I'm running this instead of, let's say, a Binding of the Old Gods. That's the deck, straight and simple. What we really want to do is get like a Dean down. Oh yeah, sorry, the last thing that I did not mention is Lizette. Of course, Lizette. Like, oftentimes, turn 5, turn 6, instead of casting Valentin again as a vampire, you play Lizette. You're gaining life through all of these triggers, then you're just paying 1 and putting +1/+1 counters on everybody and getting trample. That's kind of like another little sneaky win con that's in the deck, which doesn't often come about. But when Lizette gets rolling and you're in one of those matches where you just get lucky and things are going your way, Lizette can just turn the tide absolutely quickly. You can make a humongous Blood Researcher with trample or whatever and just swing in for the kill. That's the deck. But like I said, what we're really trying to do, and what I often try to do, is Reaper's Talisman turn 1, Nullpriest of Oblivion unkicked turn 2, Blood Researcher turn 3. Attack with Nullpriest of Oblivion. Usually turn 3 they've only got maybe 1 creature on the board. Even if they've got 2 and they decide to trade or block with the Nullpriest, doesn't matter. You can reanimate it later. But at that point, because it's got lifelink, you will be growing your Blood Researcher to a 3/3. Turn 4, you attach Reaper's Talisman onto the Blood Researcher and attack just with the Researcher, leaving the Nullpriest as a blocker, and perhaps 1 mana open for either a Feign Death or a Reaper's Draught, and then go from there. The creature grows bigger and bigger and bigger. Hopefully turn 5 you put down a Marauding Blight-Priest and get to do another attack with the Blood Researcher with the Reaper's Talisman on him. If you then face the sweeper, turn 6, you can kick another Nullpriest and bring a few things back and start to then rebuild your board from there. Hopefully then you'll draw a Drana. You see where I'm trying to go with this. So that's the deck, Vampire Talisman version 1.5. Let's jump into some games. I think I'm gonna just go straight on the rank ladder with this baby. It's been fun. I wanna, I've dropped down to like 83, 84 in testing jank, but it's cool. Mal, Billy, Moonwatcher, my bros, thank you for joining the stream. So good to have you. I'm about to jump into some games. Welcome. Good to have you, boys. Always good to have you. For those of you who are not my regulars and are watching this as a replay, or you are the first time watching the stream, this is the point in the stream where I like to just do some self-promotion. I do it once only in the whole stream. If you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to the channel, like, comment, and hit the bell icon. Boom, done. All that stuff is out of the way, and let's kick some butt. Kind of wonky, but whatever. We got plenty lands, so at least hopefully we'll start drawing non-lands. I'm glad you find it interesting, Billy. It is. I think it could. I think this has some potential. If you get the God draw, I mean most decks do. If you get the God draw, but if you get the good draw, woo, fun. Could have cost that already. Okay, interesting. Are we gonna run into a Doomscarf? Oh, perfection. Just perfection. I'm not gonna equip it now because I wanna get the cost reduction on the Mortality Spear. Bye-bye. Unrevivable if you are playing Orzhov. You are. Right, I've got another one of those up my sleeve. Just waiting for you. Okay. Let me think about this carefully. So if we equip here and attack alone, nah. Totally. I think we might even have them next turn if they don't have another blocker to get up. It's a little frustrating. Okay, we got them. Watch this. Oh baby, that was just beautiful. That was so nice. That felt really smooth, guys. That felt phenomenal. I mean, we got really lucky with these 3 Mortality Spears. It would have been a lot tougher without them, but that was just freaking amazing. That felt so smooth. Alright, there are some very important changes to be made, without which I will feel a little bit unlucky. You know me and my little lucky charms. I'm already running the right sleeves. We can't be playing a Witherbloom deck without going full freaking boom, boom. This increases your luck by like 50%, guaranteed. Yes, they do stack. They do stack, Mal. You can like equip multiple copies of them onto one creature, and then things get crazy. I like Drana. I don't like 2 lands, but we do have some like early removal. Let's give it a try. Ragnar. Looks like Dimir control. No. Okay. Fine. White weenies. Crippling Fear is just a waiting for you. Okay. I wonder. Nice. You know, and this like slow little bit of incremental life gain really changes the tide. Like I just feel so much safer with like 24, 25, 26, and the opponent is, even if they, you know, it gives you the possibility of sort of building up a little bit of a, I think I'm gonna do this. 33, baby. Oh, that's such a nice little play with the Fortifying Draught. Sweet card. There we go. That's okay. Another Doomscar. Raven's Warning. Sure. We don't want them getting the look at my hand. So, pow. Yeah, I hardly play any draft. I'm so horrible at it. Oh, this just feels like I'm cheating, mate. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Just straight up. No faffing around. Doesn't even get the die trigger with the... because of the exile effect on Valentin. It's so nice. Like, it stops the eye twitches, it stops the shambling ghasts. Just a little bit worried that that is another Doomscar. No. Oh, yeah. Boring. Okay. Perfect. Taps out. No triggers, sorry. God, that feels good. Okay, now Drana comes back. And I got 2. Fine. Okay, that's like 3 Doomscars. Better not have another one. Otherwise, we'll just go for the Marauding Blight-Priest with double Reaper's Talismans. It's gonna... Can bring something back now. That's the Cleric class. 2 very convincing wins in Mythic. Misa likey. Very muchy. He did that with a 1-1. The whole game, just with a 1-1. What's in the store? Little interlude. What's on my daily deals? Meh. Nico. Eh. Not gonna blow my hard-earned gold on that stuff. I'm already well into saving mode for the next set. It's gonna be a good one. I can't wait. Like, already I'm getting excited about vampires, and like the next couple of sets are just gonna be werewolves, vampires, zombies, skeletons. Like, Innistrad is gonna be right up my alley. Like, it's just my cup of tea. And other ways of saying that I like things. Oh, that's fizzy as fuck. Little boy was really tough to put to bed tonight. Kicking and screaming into the Sandman's arms today. That's a tough keep. What do you guys think? Should I keep this one? I don't know. It's risky. Yeah. No, Nighthawk Scavenger is fine. It's just I got a lot of 3 drops, and Nighthawk Scavenger only really gets bigger once you know, the creatures and various things end up in the opponent's graveyard, and I don't have too many ways of doing that. So I'm like, I would rather have the Blight-Priest, because there's already 2 other full sets of 3 drops. So it was either the Nighthawk Scavenger or the Blood Researcher, and I felt like the Blood Researcher just fit the deck better. But no, it would have been. I definitely considered it. Yeah, skeletons are kind of weak right now. There's only 2 really in the whole of standard, and 1 is in the form of an enchantment. But yeah, you know, Innistrad's all about scary stuff like that. So I'm hoping. Okay, we don't have removal to worry about here. We just got counter spells. This is the deck that... Ooh, Mountain. I wasn't expecting that. Interesting. Okay, well, we've got 2. We might as well play 1. It's a bit of a useless card without some way of gaining life, though, so... Better start drawing some of our life linkers. I have no idea what's going on here. Okay. Sure. That's one way of gaining life. Ow! Skabanga! Another one of those in play next turn. It's going to feel pretty damn good. And we can cast this for 2. Three mana available. Cosima. Ooh. Okay, next turn if we draw another land we can do Lizette, which is sweet as. And if he does double block, we can Feign Death. I like Feign Death a lot. 4 AM Pat is trying some interesting things here. This is where we need the Crippling Fear. Couldn't have called it better. Does he have negate? Test of talents. The cheeky bugger. That is a problem. Well, I mean, I think we'll still get him. Yeah, we got him regardless. Sorry, good game. Just requires 1 equip and 1 attack. The triggers will do it alone, I think. Three wins, baby, back to back. Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, I think it's just a better Malkia Rebirth. Like, I had this argument, not really an argument, just a friendly discussion with one of the other content creators that I'm in contact with. I think it was MTG Joe, and he reckons in some cases Malkia Rebirth is better because it's an MDFC, so it can be a land, but the downside of the, you know, losing 2 life to get the thing back, and it doesn't even gain a +1/+1 counter like Feign Death, and I think Malkia Rebirth costs 2 and not 1. So yeah, I honestly just think Feign Death is like the better then yeah, it's just a better version. Yeah, exactly. Billy is right. Like, if I do kill something and the okay, rebirth is one. Okay, nice. Thanks, Moonwatcher. But yeah, if the Dean of the Vein, if Valentin is in play and I kill something, it gets exiled, so it doesn't grow their graveyard either. You know, that's the only way I had in the deck of like putting stuff in the graveyard, is just by killing their things. I don't have that much removal, I don't have any discard, so I really think that you know, Blood Researcher is the better card than you know, Flyer with Lifelink and Death Touch is also pretty damn good. But in this case, the Menace and the +1/+1 counters and the life gainy theme just fit the deck better. And I like that she's got all those vials of potions, and it seems to be like same kind of vials of potions this guy's holding. I'm a very themey type. I like my themed decks quite a bit. I'm a bit of a junkie for that kind of stuff. Yeah, Valentin was exactly. You almost never use Rebirth as a land. You always try to keep it to do the thing that you actually have it in the deck to do. So yeah, I honestly prefer Feign Death in every sense of the word. Okay, that's probably a keep. I like having those, and we can just cast this as, you know, tap now as a black source. And if we can get a fourth game. This is looking like dragons. No. Okay. Interesting. Venture, Prismari Venture shenanigans. Finally, we've drawn a copy of the Researcher. First time we've seen her in tonight's games. Were you playing your Nope deck, Billy? Just creatures and a bunch of removal. Sorry, just man lands and a bunch of removal. I should probably put like one of those man lands or two in here just in case, like one black, one green. What's it called again? Here comes some removal on my Researcher. No. Bugger. I feel like I played this guy earlier. Or this is a deck that's making the rounds, because I mean, I beat the dude. My opponents. His name Ilada. No, didn't play him earlier. So yeah, so this. Okay. It's probably a counter spell. Which is horrible, because I really wanted to play my Reaper's Talisman. Let's see. have you got there? Might be Demon Bolt, which would suck. Don't have mana. No, Dragon's Fire. Tiamat. What is going on here? This is some crazy jank. I like it. I kinda like it. It's like only non-creatures. It's the kind of slight problem, like I really need all of these cards in the deck, but as an aggro deck there's only 18 creatures. It's a little bit skint on the creature side of things. Well, 4 straight wins was a bit too much to ask for. I would tap all my red mana if I were you. Oh, it's all runes. Good game. Bit of bad luck on the draws there. No mana. Just a bunch of, interaction, no creatures. Yeah, that's the one. Hive Tyrant. I think I might put the Hive Tyrant in now. Just one copy. I don't know about the Hydra thing. Boop. Boop. What do you guys reckon? Should I put in a layer of the Hydra as well? It's quite a few potentially tap lands. Not really, actually. I mean, maybe just one. Go down one Snarl. What do you reckon? Let's give that a try. Yeah, it's too much mana to make it significant. Probably get rid of it next game. Just thought I'd give it a whirl. A wee whirl. Tim goes ping. With the swing swing sleeves. Swing swing swing. Swing, swing, swing. Just draw a Nullpriest next turn. That would be super sweet. Oh, goblins. Friggin' goblins. Get rid of you now. Book. Our first game against goblins with the deck. Let's see what they... There's the Nullpriest. Unfortunately, this deck runs a lot of shocks, a lot of roiling thunders and all that stuff. I'd rather keep the Nullpriest for reanimating something later on if I can. We do need to get up to 6 mana though. There we go. Alright. I hate goblins. Goblins hate me. Sheebly bloop bloop. Kind of crucial against this deck to just gain life a little bit. Perfect. Kept that open. love to get you in play, but we need to get rid of that guy. This card shouldn't just fuck. And he can get rid of my artifact now. That is terrible. What an asshat. He can do it at any point as well. Here we go. We're fucked. Just what an asshole. This card is just like, it just drives me nuts, these arena only cards. You can't attack with the Trash Master. So obnoxious, so ridiculous. We're screwed. God, I hate goblins. It's like so lame. They got 2 lords, you know. Such a boring deck. Yeah, I should have killed myself. Yeah, exactly. Billy. Harakiri. I can't wait. Sorry, not well, Billy. I'd like to see your deck idea, but and I'm glad that you're having that idea while watching my stream, because that's the whole point of the channel. But Moonwatcher, best of 3 in 2022. Mwah. I just cannot wait. That's I'm really looking forward to that. There's some decks that are just going to get so much better with best of 3. I probably won't be making too much best of 3 content. I might put it up to a vote and maybe do like 1 or 2 videos a week with best of 3, because sideboarding and that is really kind of, it's more, I like when I'm ranking up alone off camera. I play best of 3 before the standard 2022 came out. Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, they haven't, and it's weird that they didn't do that. They should have just made a best of 3. I just don't get it, but whatever. Yeah. Who will ever understand Wizards of the Coast? Okay, another Landfaller. Should we get rid of that? I think so. Rather than play the Researcher yet. I'd rather play it with a 4th land so we can save it with Feign Death. Also don't want him ramping. There's the Brushfire. I'll kill you too. Doesn't have a Snakeskin Veil open. Okay. Yeah, Druid classes just makes so much sense in a tapped lander. Let's pass the turn. This could be a big guy coming into play. Like, what's the legendary? Oh, Mr. Goldspan. Welcome to the party, mate. I hope he doesn't have Snakeskin Veil. Well, that's gonna be GG. Nice. It's not looking good at all. Now he's gonna make a huge land though. 4-5, yep. Nah, we're fucked. That's okay, no, he's gonna go for the scooter. Need my Crippling Fear now. These nasty stink bugs all over the room. It's like stink bug season. Hello, Edwin. Welcome to the stream, brother. It's good to have you. Alright. I need to start putting some blockers down. He's probably just going to make a massive land now. Goddamn Scoot Swarm. Here it comes. So we block the land and Feign Death. Non-land permanent. Oh dear God. Yeah, good game. Okay, if we play Drana and block something like, yeah, the 8/8, we still take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Oh, and yeah, okay. Well, survive one more turn. See what happens. No, we have to block the Cobra. Ah, we're still dead. Dang it. Dogged Pursuit. Oh yeah, the enchantment that pings them for a life every turn. Am I correct? Let me have a look, Billy. Yeah. There was a really cool deck with this, and there was also the one. What did they call those things? Shrine. The Black Shrine plus Dogged Pursuit and Veto and the Marauding Blight-Priest. You know, those of you who are still playing Old Standard, that's a sweet little like life pinger. Then I had oh my goodness, a riot, the 3 black pips. What was she called again? Had a cool like sacrifice trigger to draw a card. There we go, Ayara, the first of Lochthwain. It was such a sweet little deck with Veto and her and Bastion, and it was just like ping 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 ping. Alright, last game. Let's try end on a win. Ninjas ate my baby. That's a classic nickname, bro. Blood money deck. Boring. And they got so many exile effects. So sick of playing against these guys. Why did CGB have to do this to us? I quite like the little white guy here. Probably Elite Spellbinder coming my way.
The job is wrong. I change the terms.
Can't use that.
When I say go, you go.
So frustrating, man. Just exile, exile, exile. I need maybe to swap Feign Death for Snakeskin Veil. Might be the go. And now the Vanishing Verse. Now you can sacrifice
Ghosting feels
the
weird.
Eye Twitch with the Skullport Merchant, leave a spirit behind. Oh my god, dude. Nice. This card is so good. If he's got a third Banishing Verse, I'm gonna rage quit. -3. Oh, okay.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, guys. Ah. -3. No, okay. Oh god, it's so good, this deck. It's really good and it's really annoying to play against. It's so frustrating. So yeah, Kaya, Blood on the Snow just keeps coming back. It's so grindy and dull. So many ways to get Kaya back. Mostly, you know, her own -7, which isn't hard to get to. There's always chump blockers. Could be poison the cup. There's no point. Whatever. Two spirit tokens. The only reason why I'm still in the game is because he's got he hasn't been drawing his lands, but he's just gonna reduce the memory. We can just simply -3. You know, this like endless ability to learn off of the Eye Twitch.
Ghosting feels weird, right?
Or you could just Doomscar and make 3 spirits after he attacks. Yeah, Dina is good. I was gonna run her in the deck, actually. I just, you know, ooh, it's not really First declare blockers. Sure. That's one of these two is 100% blood on the snow. Now she -7s. And it's just the never-ending Kaya. Finally, this Planeswalker kind of got good. Like, took a while. It was kind of rubbish in Standard before this. Yeah, exactly, Moonwatcher. I gotta stop, you know, being so keen on this tribal thing and just like try stick more to my, you know, to a life gain theme. I think that would work much better in the deck. See now, like I'm gonna play Drana next turn, and his Kaya will just come back and -3 it. It's like every single upkeep he gets an exile effect. It's like having Banishing Burst that keeps coming back. It's too good. I have to concede after this. It's a pity. It was close, I guess. You know, close-ish. In that I've still got good high life because of all the life gain, but yeah, we were never gonna win that. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I agree. Kaldheim is the most oomphy. Right, that game took us right over the 1 hour mark, so that's it for tonight. I think the conclusion is a good one. That's why it's a version 1.5. I'm going to be testing a version 2 tomorrow, taking all your guys' suggestions into consideration. I really think yeah, life drain. Maybe get rid of some of the more silly vampires and put in Dina. We'll have to see. I'm gonna get cracking tomorrow morning first thing and see what I can come up with. I'd rather have it like this. It was still fun. We got some really fun and convincing wins in the first 3 games, so I still felt like I did it justice. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night, day, morning, wherever it is that you are. I'll see you all tomorrow with some fresh brews. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.